you and good evening. I'm your host, Bert McAllister.
And I'm Jody Applegate.
Welcome to the Sunday Special. Today we will be exploring the financial crisis from a theoretical standpoint.
This crisis has caused widespread financial hardships and has sparked questions regarding the regulation. In our opinion, there are 13 men that are accountable.
Some of these men even consider themselves gods.
Typical man. Sounds like you, Bert.
Except, unlike them, I am a god.
Sure you are. Moving on. I was referring to Lloyd King, CEO of Goldman Sachs.
As Goldman CEO, I value God's work because banks raise money for companies who employ people and make things.
Well, that was interesting.
Sure was, BMAC. But he brings up an interesting point, greed. Let's look at Robert Kelly, CEO of Bank of New York Mellon.
Johnson! Sit down.
Can I do for you, sir?
We need to talk about your work. Quite simply, you're not greedy enough. And if I've learned anything, greed is good. And you're fired. Get out of my office.
You know, Jodes, that reminded me of the self-interest theory I learned in my university accounting class.
You went to university?
Sure did. Not just another pretty face. But seriously, that was rough, like your unshaven legs.
But unlike my shaving routines, the banks had strict plan.
So, on the northern front, we'll attack them with traditional capital such as campaign contributions and lobbying expenses. Then, on the eastern front, we'll attack them with human capital to back it up, putting Wall Street veterans into office. And finally, on the western front, we'll crush them with cultural capital. The idea of large, sophisticated financial sector is good for Wall Street.
That looked like a scene from Black Hawk Down.
I'm not sure what you were watching. I saw a conference room. Regardless, what changed everything was the election of the new government.
By changed everything, do you mean kept it all the same?
How could it be the same? It's a different government.
It's like what Foucault said in my university accounting class. He took Madonna, always changing, but really still the same. Same thing with the government. Different government, falling into the exact same traps. Let's look at Ken Chenault, CEO of American Express.
Mr. Chenault, there's a presidential candidate on the phone looking for funding.
Johnson, who's the candidate?
Junior Senator Barack Obama, sir.
Barack Obama, you say? He was an old friend of mine. We had the same deregulation class together in Harvard. I wonder how much he's looking for. I wonder if $1 billion will do. Go get my checkbook.
Do you know what happened after Obama took control, Bert?
I sure do, Jodes. The banks run at him like rabid dogs. Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, and his wife know a little thing or two about entertaining.
Hello, Mr. President. My name is Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan. Congratulations on getting office.
Thank you, Mr. Demon. What can I do for you today?
Well, Mr. President, I was wondering if you and the First Lady would like to come and have dinner at my house, maybe enjoy some Chardonnay in our hot tub.
That would be wonderful. And please, call me Obams.
Well, that seems like they're getting awfully close, doesn't it, Bert?
Sure does, Jodes. Reminds me of when we first met.
Anyways, I heard they also got bonuses in the form of bailouts.
They sure did, and I believe Ken Lewis from the Bank of America may know a thing or two about that.
Hello, Mr. President. It's DeKinster here.
Kalu, my friend. How you doing?
Not good, Obams. I need a tiny leg up. We're a little short on our bonuses. Wonder if you could help us out.
How much do you need?
Only a couple billion or two. Not too much.
Seems reasonable. For you, the world.
Thank you.
Wow, Bert, I wish Obama paid my budget.
That is true, Jody. But really, I just wish I could call him Obams.
Banks found other ways to hand out bonuses as well. In the case of Vikram Pandit at Citigroup, he took matters into his own hands.
I only seem to have a couple million in earnings this year. That can't be right. Johnson, go check my hedge fund.
Right away.
It's at about 200 million this year.
Too bad, I always liked Vikram. He had a very rich history, you know.
Speaking of history, it's too bad history only gave the banks a safety net. John Mack, CEO of Morgan Stanley, knows exactly what he was doing.
Mr. Mack, do you realize that we're experiencing a massive boom in the economy right now?
Of course I do. I'm the CEO. What's your point?
Booms are always followed by big busts. We need to prepare.
Sister taught you nothing, Johnson? Look at this chart. Boom, bust, bailout.
Breaking news, James Rohr, sitting at home eating guacamole in 5-gallon drums, swearing constantly, and placing million-dollar bets while eating cheeseburgers.
Put $1 million on black.
Really surprising what qualifies as breaking news these days, doesn't it, Joe?
You know, I put my reputation on the line. I start reading the teleprompter, and I'm talking about cheeseburgers and guacamole. It's ridiculous.
Well, I thought it was very interesting. Now on to something important. Bankers started getting even greedier and even more creative. For example, Ronald Logue of State Street.
Peter Brewhouse is here with me from the S&P, here to rate our mortgage-backed securities.
Yes, I am. After careful deliberation, I've concluded that the security is BBB. I mean AAA rating.
Despicable!
Then they just started getting complicated. Take a look into the world of Richard Davis at US Bank.
Johnson, get in here.
Yes, sir.
How are your new derivatives coming?
Good, sir. I wrote them in Greek, sir.
Greek? Are you crazy? That'll never work.
But, sir, you said.
I know what I said. Make them in a language that no one understands. People know Greek. They're called Greeks. Try Icelandic.
But, sir, even I don't know that.
Exactly.
See, Jones, this is why I, Bert McAllister, was never affected by the crisis. I can speak over 4,000 different languages, and I'm as smart as the purple platypus of the Deep South.
Not so sure that's true, Bert. Bankers then just started getting downright lazy. John Stumpf will show you how it's done.
Come in.
How are you today?
Mr. Lee, take a seat. Would you like some water?
I'm okay, thanks.
Oh, okay. Well, alright. What can I do for you?
You know, today I'm just really in pursuit of a mortgage. I'm just dying to live the American dream.
A lot of people are these days. I'm not surprised you said that. What is your annual income, if I may ask?
It's enough.
Good enough for me, that's for sure. Mortgage for you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Have a good day.
Okay, so
Have a good day. Have a good day.
Looks like the cat's out of the bag on how you acquired your home, hey, Jones? Must have been the riskiest investment they ever took on.
Well, that's almost the most absurd thing you've ever said. But you bring up a good point. Banks are getting riskier, even the government was encouraging it. Look at what happened to John Koskinen of Freddie Mac.
I'm John Koskinen, CEO of Freddie Mac, and I don't think Freddie Mac should take on any more risk right now.
Sure about that? Me and my friend here think you should take on a little bit more risk.
Yeah, I think you better reconsider.
All right.
You've just taken a journey, a great journey, through the vast universe of accounting theory. You've seen positive accounting theory. You have seen institutional theory. And most importantly, you've seen political economic theory.
Where were the accountants in all of this? Who was supposed to be monitoring the self-interested CEOs? No one was there to look out for the best interests of the general public.
And like Jody, the banks that had become too big to fail, failed. From all of us here at America's News, good night, America.